Welcome to Live Darts TV. We're here at the Winter Gardens for the Bet Victor World Match Play, and we're joined by PDC official George Noble. George, thanks for joining us.
Yeah, no problem. Looking forward to it.
I say a special venue here. I say hold fond memories for yourself.
Yeah, I guess when I first come here, it's a different venue for me. The makeup of the venue is like a big amphitheatre. I think the crowd are close. The atmosphere is great. Only downside is a little hot.
Yeah.
But obviously that's because of the time of year we play the event, and there's nothing you can do about it. But it's certainly one of the warmer places that we play darts at.
I started calling way back in 1992.
Wow, yeah.
I was doing some research. That's a hell of a career in darts calling.
I didn't realise it was that long ago. I think 92. What were we on that? 2018, so 26 years, is that? Wow. Yeah, quarter of a century. Yeah, I didn't realise it was that long. Yeah. They used to. I was young then. I had a different nickname then. Won't go into that anyway.
No, obviously as well. Started in the BDO Lakeside. Did the Lakeside finals from '95 to 2007. That's a huge achievement to do that many world finals on the bounce.
Yeah, I guess it is really. At the time, you don't really, when you first do, you do your first World Championship final, you think, it's great, it's what you want to do. But then you do another one, and I wouldn't say the novelty wears off, but it's not as daunting as it was the first time you do it, and it becomes more, regular as something more. Not run of the mill, because obviously it's a world final, but I guess it's a big achievement. Not many people have done that many world finals, I suspect. I've obviously done some in the BDC as well. So
you touched on it. You then made the switch over to the PDC. Was that a difficult decision? I know we've spoken to players before, and they've ummed and ahed, but as an official, was it a difficult decision to switch codes as well?
Yeah, if I'm honest, I was asked if I'd like to come work at the PDC probably 3 years before I did, maybe 4 years before I did. I've always known Russ for a long time outside. I've known Russ since I was a kid. It's weird that we've known each other since I was probably less than 10 years old, and I'm just about to hit 50. So I've known Russ for about 40 years. So it's weird that we actually went in and we wound up doing exactly the same job like 40 years later at the PDC. But I had a good job at the time, and fitting in the BDO darts at the time when I was doing that sort of fitted with my job, but if I wanted to do it professionally, the only way was for me to, was to take a gamble. At the time, was to, sort of resign from my job and go into, refereeing full time, which, at the time, probably wasn't the correct decision financially, because, I had a really good package where I was, and it was a bit up in the air, and that what I was going to earn from being but. Yeah, I wouldn't go back. It was the best decision I ever made, but and I should have made it earlier. But it was just the risk of doing, giving up the unknown. Yeah, giving up something and then going into the unknown. But look, I guess in life, if you don't try something, you're never going to know what's going to happen at the end of, at the end of the road. So, I always had a career to fall back on. And I just thought, look, give it a try. If it works, it works. And look, it's the best thing I ever did.
I only had to wait 2 years moving across to officiate your first 9-darter, Barney against Yella, 2009 World Championship. Do you still remember it well?
Yeah, I do. Yeah. I guess I don't remember it like it was yesterday, but obviously I remember it because I'd done so much work, like you said before, in the BDO, and never had one. And never refereed a 9-dart, and then I remember that, and then it's like they were saying, it's like buses. All of a sudden I've done 2, 3, 4, and then I've done 2 in one match, and when Phil done 2 against James in the final of the Premier League. So, to do things like that, they're all like something that when you finish being a referee, you can look back and your highlights of what you call your career would be things like that, and I'm lucky to have done that many. I haven't done one for a little while, to be fair, but, look, I don't do them. People say, you've done a 9-darter, and some of the refs say, yeah, I've done a 9-darter, but I look at it, look, it's great to be involved in something like that, but it's the player that actually does it.
Halfway through the leg in question, did you get an inkling it was going to be special when Barney hit the back-to-backs?
I just thought he was going to miss because I'd never done one. I guess, everywhere I'd had back-to-backs loads of times, and I'd had probably a couple of missed doubles. I recall maybe Ted Hankey missed a double years ago, and I just never thought it would ever happen, if you know what I mean. I never thought, I'm going to actually see one right next to me, but no, I didn't. No, not at all, really. I didn't think he was going to get it till he actually got it.
Obviously, as well, the way darts have evolved, and obviously there's more continental players in there. As an official, have you had to go back to school almost? The way the foreign lads use the ball and other trebles, more conventional ways, was it a learning curve for yourself to go back to some of the combinations and things like that?
Not really, no, because I worked in Holland from probably mid 90s. So I always sort of worked with the guys. I always worked with Raymond and before that Schultz and Stompy, and obviously Mike when he was a young kid. So they always done things that was completely different. I mean, Yella, they're all very similar because they start to sort of set up a shot set up the leg after 3 darts, which is unheard of, But if you actually look into it and see what they're actually trying to achieve, it actually makes the game simpler for them. It actually gives them more chances to miss things, but get themselves in the correct position. So not really, no, because I work with them quite a lot beforehand.
Being a referee, did you prep before the game? You think, right, I'm doing these two today, so I know that they switch to 18s a lot, or they switch to 19s a lot, and the way they set up finishes. Do you have to go into that a lot before games?
No. in a word, I guess that you work with them that much. You know what each player's roughly going to do.
It's more instinctive.
It's more instinctive when you work. Yeah, like I know what certain players would do at certain times. It does help you. You need to know that because they can go for. I mean, like I don't know, just a shot where you want like Mensah might want 70, and he might go like treble 14, double 14, or treble. If you've got 76, you might go for 48, 28 or something like that, and just combinations to set up 28 to finish on when it's a tight leg and things like that. But he's not the only player. There's obviously quite a few players that go different ways. Yellow's does a few different things, and Michael's more predictable. Gary's very predictable. Gary, you're very predictable. Gary's quite easy to ref for. Certain players are easier to ref for because they don't. Gary just hits as many as he can and then finishes, whereas like some of the others would be trying to set up in the 300s. Obviously
as well, you're known as one of the tougher officials on the hockey, shall we say. We've seen you a lot telling players to wind their necks in and behave. There's been some tough ones over the years, yes. I'm refereeing, like Merv King sticks to mind in the Masters when you had to have a little word in his ear.
Well, you get incidents. I guess it's high. It's high octane matches. They're playing for big titles. They're playing for big money, and there's a lot of testosterone in certain matches and things like that. But it's part of being a referee. You're not there just to call the scores out and do the maths. Although that's a major part of your job, you're there to sort of keep a lid on things. I mean, the guys have to remember, it's a sport that's watched by millions around the world, and the last thing we need is any shenanigans going on the stage that's going out to the general public by way of television. So I think, if they're going to have the little disagreements, it's better to do it off camera than on camera. So that's what I just try to. Anything happens like that, I would just try to stop it as soon as possible and just get the game to carry on. And if there's an interval, then we can talk about it then.
Obviously, as well, at this stage, it was the Rod Harrington game. Now we have an exclusion zone, and we have the second referee now. Was that an insight as well, refereeing from behind the stage and see what goes on behind the camera?
Yeah, because I've never done it before I come to the PDC, and it's I think it's a good thing really. I think and now they've introduced like an earpiece for one of the markers, so if there's something that's gone on during a game that you may have missed or something like that, the second referee who's actually can talk via a radio into the marker's ear, and then informs the ref. Obviously, it's difficult for the ref to have the earpiece because he's got a lot going on. But so is the marker, to be fair. But it may be just slightly easier for them to hear. So they would then say something to the ref, and then you can actually you could make adjustments if necessary.
No, that's great, George. We'll let you crack on. I know you're officiating tonight, so thanks for taking time out. Absolute pleasure, mate. Thanks very much.
No problem. Thanks very much.
Cheers.
Cheers.